Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer and this is part 2 of how to draw the feathered tyrannosaurus. So yeah, now we've got the basic shape of his body on paper. We want to draw the line of where the feathers are going to be. This is his shoulder. So yeah, I'm just drawing some basic lines to indicate some skeletal structures. His rib cage would be about over there, over here, and we can erase this line, we don't need it. We can put in an elbow. So yeah, this is gonna be his rib cage, and this is his hip. Yeah, maybe his hat isn't that bad, but maybe his leg is a little bit too big, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Maybe I'll put the knee in a different place. I mean, it's supposed to be, I'll use this pencil, it's supposed to be around over here. And then this line will be a little bit thinner. Alright, so on this point you don't really have to worry too much about places where you push down too hard on your pencil, but try not to push down on your pencil too hard in the early stages of the drawing, because later on when you are about to add details, you need to be able to still put in some darker tones, and if you started out very dark, then you can't go any darker, and well, the drawing won't look as nice. Alright, so now I'm just gonna draw the lines for where the feathers are going to be. So it's going to start about over here. It's going down like this, and then here is his elbow, his shoulder. It goes down like this, and then on his arm it only gets for about this far. And then it goes from here to his body. You can make this a little bit bigger actually, like this, onto his leg, and then his leg will start about over here, and we also want a part of his leg to be covered in feathers, so let's just put this part in feathers. And then we go back with the rest of the feathers, and then this part of his leg will start over here. And then the feathers will stop about over here somewhere. Over there. Alright, so this will be the full place of the feathers. Maybe actually even on his head for like about this much. So that means that this part will be covered with feathers too. Maybe about this part too. And a few feathers on his lower jaw. Alright, so I was actually thinking, and some people say that the Tyrannosaurus didn't have any feathers because he lived in a warm climate or something, and so I thought that maybe that if the Tyrannosaurus had any feathers, then maybe those were to protect him from the sun, maybe, I'm not sure. So maybe he had like white feathers all over his the top of his whole body, so that would protect him from basic sunlight and stuff. I'm not sure, but that's what I thought. Alright, now we want to slightly make those lines a little bit darker, so you can clearly see. And actually I'm doing like just pretend like these are just tiny little hairs, and don't make a solid line. Just do like tiny little hairs on those lines. And also when you are trying to make some shadow on some parts, try to do it with those lines. Alright, and maybe about over here, maybe he had like some feathers that were actually sticking out, just like on the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. And maybe it was to intimidate or even to find a mate, just like you see on modern birds. Some of the more tropical birds have some feathers that actually when they are trying to look more intimidating, they they show the feathers, and they kind of look like they are they appear bigger that way, maybe. I'm not sure, but alright, so just basically put down those lines, and around this part where his head is actually starting, you just put down some darker lines. Over here you go a little bit less darker. So you don't put any scales over there. These are just going to be feathers. Maybe a few over here, close to his eye. And we just want to make some lines over here. Just like this. And also some shadow, but that will be added later on. yeah, I want to make those lines a little bit darker over here. Alright. Just put in some lines and tiny feathers, long feathers, short feathers. It's just like as if you're trying to draw some scales, but instead of drawing some circles, you just simply draw some hairs. It's just like drawing hairs. And around over here, you want to make some darker lines to indicate that that's where his shoulder is going to be in. Part of his spine is going to be over here. But don't make it too dark. And try to, if you don't got a mechanical pencil for this part, just try to use a normal pencil, but you have to sharpen your pencil into a very sharp point to do this. And when it's not sharp enough anymore, just sharpen it again. Yeah, so this is a pretty long process, but I think I explained the basic of how you draw in those feathers. So I think I'm gonna go to a time-lapse kind of part, so that basically so I can speed up the process for you guys. Alright, so I'll be back. Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and the drawing is pretty much finished, and I'm just gonna explain to you guys Well, I actually just did. So lately I'm trying to experiment, and I'm playing around with those kind of skills. Just some black circles, some dark circles, and when you put them next to each other and you put in loads of them, it kind of creates the illusion of skills. But I overdid it over here a little bit, so that's actually a shame. And I made the eye a little bit larger than normal, so it would give it more like the look of yeah, something like a bird of prey, or something like a vulture or something. But yeah, actually I think it turned out pretty good. I don't think it turned out too bad. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. So this was Tyrannosaurus Drawer, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.